Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today, the topic is mammalian heart and the blood vessels relevant to the human heart. And in today's lesson, we also discuss how the human heart work and what is the double circulation. In my previous lesson in video, I was here and I explained you that what is the difference between single circuit circulation and the double circuit circulation. And in my previous video, I explained that in human there is a double circuit circulation. So it's better that we start from the structure of the mammalian heart, and we need to understand how the human heart is made up of. So first of all, dear students, as you see in the diagram, human heart is a thick muscular organ and it is made up of special type of tissues. The name of the tissues, cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are the strongest muscles and the muscles of the heart having very thick layers and which enable the heart to pump whole life. And heart is responsible to pump the blood in whole body. So let's see. Heart has four chambers. As you see, two upper chambers. These two upper chambers, these are small ones, and these two small chambers are known as atria. As you know, it's a mirror image. So on your right hand side, the chamber, the side of the heart in this diagram is considered to be the left, and on your left side, the it is considered to be the right. So, dear students, there are four chambers of the heart. Upper two are the small, lower two are the large one, and they are known as the ventricles. As you see, right ventricle and definitely the left ventricle is here and left atrium is here and left and here is the right atrium. So upper two chambers are small, which are known as the atria. Lower two chambers are large, which are known as the ventricles. And the thickening, as you see here, the area of the ventricle, has a thick walls. So left ventricle have more thick wall because left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood to the whole body. And right ventricle, right ventricle pump the blood deoxygenated to the lungs only. So lungs are very near to the heart, so that's why there is no need to create a huge pressure. And so that's the reason that the right ventricle has a thin wall, while the left ventricle has a thick wall because need to pump the blood to the whole body. And what happened in the heart? There are some valves are present. What are the valves? Valves are actually the structure who control the movement or the flow of the blood in the heart. Tricuspid valve on the right side here, tricuspid valve between atrium and the ventricle. So that's why this tricuspid valve is also known as atrioventricular valve. So between the right atrium and the right ventricle, when right atrium contract, they push the blood in the right ventricle. And because of the presence of this tricuspid valve, blood backward flow is not possible. when ventricle contract. And on the other hand, on the left side, bicuspid valve is present, which is also known as a mitral valve. As you see, mitral valve between the left atrium and the left ventricle, it also prevents the backward flow of the blood. And and moreover, some valves are present in the aorta. As you see, the largest artery, aorta, which supply oxygenated blood to the whole body, semilunar valve, pulmonary artery, and a pulmonary vein. Here and here. So, heart is a muscular pumping organ. It is made up of cardiac muscles. Heart has four chambers, two upper small atria, two lower large ventricles. Between upper and lower chamber, there is a septum, there is a partition of the connecting membrane. So that's why the blood not mixed up. This is a mirror image. This is the drawing. So on your right hand side, you will write the left, and on your left hand side, you will write the right. So the left atria and left ventricle side, this side is definitely, this side is definitely, this side definitely carry oxygenated blood, and this side, which is the right side, carry deoxygenated blood. And valves, tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve, they control the passage of or flow of blood. They do not allow the backward flow. So students, now come to the relative thickness of the muscular valves. As I told you, that the left ventricle has a thicker muscle wall than the right one because it pumps the blood to the entire body. So it requires more pressure. And what is the actual scenario? How the blood move in the heart and how it exit. So let's have a look of this double circulation. Why we said that in human heart there is a double circulation? In human there is a double circulation because the blood come in the heart and then go to the lungs for purification and then return back to the heart after purification, oxygenation, and then send it to the whole body. So in one circuit or circulation, the heart carry or heart receive the blood twice. So through heart twice during one circuit, the heart receive the blood. So that's why it is known as a double circuit circulation. So how it will start? I will explain you. The superior vena cava, the sorry, the superior vena cava receive deoxygenated blood and inferior vena cava receive deoxygenated blood from the lower body parts and superior vena cava receive deoxygenated blood from upper body parts. So the deoxygenated blood from the whole body received by the right atrium filled up, and then right atrium contract and push the blood into the the right ventricle through tricuspid valve. Then tricuspid valve close and this right ventricle contract and push this blood via pulmonary artery to the lungs. Pulmonary artery carry the deoxygenated blood to the lungs, where the purification or oxygenation of blood takes place. This pulmonary artery carry semilunar valve. So this ventricle, right ventricle, has thin wall, and the pressure generated by the right ventricle is really less. After oxygenation, blood return back to the heart through pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood, and then pulmonary artery pour this blood into the left atrium. Left atrium fills up, left atrium contract and push the blood via bicuspid valve to the left ventricle. And then after this, left ventricle contract and push the blood through semilunar valve to the aorta, and then from the or through the aorta blood supply to the whole body. So left ventricle push and contract strongly and have a thick muscular wall. So that's why the pressure generated by the left ventricle is really high. Because of this, that left ventricle contract and push blood into aorta with high pressure. So the all the tissue and organs, they need this oxygenated blood. So this circuit to the body tissue is known to be a double circuit circulation or systemic circulation. This is also known as systemic circulation. So in this way, whole body receive oxygenated blood, glucose, and through these arteries and capillaries, tissues receive oxygenated blood, and then again the veins collect deoxygenated blood and return back to the heart, and the same circuit repeat again. So this is double circuit circulation, dear students, and here I want to show you. So let's have a look here that how the heart do this. Functioning of the heart, the double circulation, as I told you, and here explain you again step by step. First of all, atria contraction, and it's important to note that the contraction of atria is known to be a systole condition, atrial systole condition, right? So both atria contract simultaneously and push blood into the ventricles. Okay, both the atria, they push the blood in the ventricle, and then atria relax and ventricle start to contract. Relaxation of the atria is known to be a diastole condition. When both the ventricle they contract, they systole. So one, definitely the left ventricle carry oxygenated blood, push the blood to the aorta, and right push the blood to the pulmonary artery, which carry blood to the lungs for oxygenation. And then the ventricle, they diastole means relax. So this circuit is continuously going on, and it is known as cardiac cycle as well. Okay, so dear students, in this way the circulation, circulation will take place, and the thickness of heart tissues, as I told you in the beginning, is actually because of its functioning. Okay, because the left ventricle create more pressure, so its wall is thick, right wall is thin, and the function of tricuspid bicuspid valve I told you, and the whole circulation I will explain you in the next topic. In next video, I will explain you about ECG and coronary heart diseases. Kindly give me your feedback. I'm waiting for you. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.